which made kind of sounded. I guess people use that phrase sometimes. I mean, I get why you want to do something for giggles. I get that, but why would you want to do it for shits? Oh, hi, hello, and welcome to the Gym. This bi-weekly podcast is about the many and varied schemes of the many and varied U.S. law enforcement. Still reading it. Still reading it. Law enforcement intelligence agencies, organizations, and committees, and how they are stupid and funny. Join us on our merry journey through space and time. Hi, my name is Barry, and until 2 weeks ago, I had not left my house at all for 3 weeks.
That's true.
That is true. You know it's true.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm Seamus, and some people may or may not know for the past year I've been getting back into music and doing score work. So you might have heard some of my music from the following films.
Oh, here we go.
You see,
yes,
now you see me. Now you didn't.
No, you didn't. Okay.
Archie Minor.
Archie Minor.
The Sleeping Man.
Okay.
And the award-winning classic, or soon-to-be classic, One Procrastination, and, well, we'll get to it eventually.
Okay. We get to it eventually.
Yeah.
So,
if this is sad or upsetting to anybody, blame this guy, because I had a happy, fun episode to do, and he said, no, we need to get back to it, so we're going back to it. And also, he has no idea what we're talking about today, but he has been asking for this, too.
Oh, yeah, great. Blame the victim.
It will be the Lavender Scare Part 3.
What was he wearing? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That was a terrible thing to say over there. Sorry.
It's okay.
I was supposed to be whimsical, guys. I'm sorry. Never mind.
Do you try that again?
Oh, fuck it. Leave it in.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So for those, some of this will be a little bit of a refresher. Hopefully you've seen parts 1 and 2, especially 2. The Lavender Scare began officially in 1953 when President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed Executive Order 10450. The order barred federal employment for individuals deemed security risk, explicitly targeting homosexuals. Thousands of federal employees lost their jobs during the 1950s and 1960s. Cool. Senator Kenneth Wary famously chimed, "You can hardly separate homosexuals from subversives." Good guy. Similarly, Senator Clyde Hoe, who had the Hoey Committee, led the investigation, concluded that homosexuals were security risk and were vulnerable to blackmail.
Yeah, no, wait. The problem they're saying they have with homosexuality here in one of those episodes is that it's not so much that being gay is bad; it's that it leaves them vulnerable to, I guess, honey trap. Blackmail. Yeah. The bad guys will send a gay guy in and bang you sideways, and then say, "Oh, I have photos of you getting banged by a guy."
Right. So they kind of infer that it's bad, because if it wasn't bad, it wouldn't matter if you got blackmailed, right?
It's not good. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, even they, I guess, have enough kind of smarts to not just come out and say it's. Although your man said it was subversive, didn't he?
Yeah. So, anyways, so through the 60s, of course, we had the Stonewall riots, and things such as that led to the first gay pride parade. And trust me, I'm doing a super quick version. Go check out episode 2 if you didn't see it.
Then let us not forget our trans friends in the Stonewall riot.
Yep. Although I will, for the record, Marcia did not throw the first brick. In fact, she was late to the party. She did not throw the first brick. She was not involved in anything towards the very end. Why am I saying this? It's because she wanted everybody to know this, because she didn't want to be, as people were doing, constantly, past her death, remembered as the one that started the riot, because she didn't. So she was a badass. She was a badass in her own right. There's many things to go read about her. She's fucking awesome. Go do that. Go check her out.
I agree with you, Seamus. I think trans people have had it too good for too long.
Fuck off. But by the 1980s, these assumptions remained deeply embedded in the federal personnel policies, despite a lack of evidence supporting them. Yeah. Historian David K. Johnson summarized the continuing attitude. The federal government creates the idea of homosexuals were a security risk and then used it to justify their exclusion.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep. So the Lavender Scare was never simply about security. It functioned as a mechanism of social control, much like anti-communism purges targeted labor organizations, socialists, and civil rights activists. Anti-gay campaigns targeted individuals whose lives challenged conservative social norms. The election of Ronald Reagan, everybody's hero, in 1980 marked a major political shift. Conservative organizations such as the Moral Majority, led by everybody's favorite Jerry Falwell, portrayed homosexuals as a threat to American society.
Right.
Quote, AIDS is not just God's punishment for homosexuals, it's God's punishment for society that tolerates homosexuals. What a piece of shit. Such rhetoric was not confined to religious circles. It influenced political discourse throughout the decade. The LGBTQ community frequently found themselves depicted as enemies of traditional values, creating an atmosphere for which discrimination remained politically acceptable.
Well, they are enemies of traditional values, but traditional values are silly.
Exactly. No event shaped the LGBTQ life in the 1980s more than the AIDS crisis.
Yeah.
Relax. We're not going to spend a lot of time on the AIDS. I feel like that itself is its own episode.
We talked about this in the Haiti episode as well, remember?
Yeah.
We said they had the 4H policy of dealing with the AIDS, and it was just ridiculous. It was heroin, Haiti, homosexuality, and another hemophilia.
Yeah.
And that was the 4 areas they felt were responsible for AIDS. Haiti, for some reason, is in the middle of that. But also homosexual.
Anytime they can throw Haiti in the problem, they will.
That is not how the AIDS virus works at all.
June 5th, 1981, the federal government Centers for Disease Control reported an unusual case of pneumonia among 5 gay men in Los Angeles. Within a few years, thousands were dead. At a White House press briefing, I don't know if you're familiar with this, 1982 reporter Lester Kinsolving, who was a conservative, mind you, repeatedly asked questions about AIDS, and he had been doing this for a while. He's bringing it up. 1982. Okay. White House spokesman Larry Speaks responded with laughter from the press corps, joked, "I don't have it, do you?"
Yep, lovely. Thanks for that.
Yep. There's video of this. Go check it out. It'll turn your stomach.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, by 1985, more than 12,000 Americans had died, yet President Reagan did not mention publicly AIDS until September 1985. Yep. After thousands had already died. By 1990, the number exceeded 100,000. For many LGBTQ activists, the moment became symbolic of governmental interference. Groups like ACT UP emerged because federal institutions failed to respond adequately. ACT UP activist Larry Kramer famously wrote, "I am sick of being told that we have to wait."
Yeah. The one time you want the government to intervene, they just sit there.
So the ACT UP was one of the LGBT movements that protested to try to get action, right, for AIDS. Really made a difference. Their slogan was "Silence equals death." Unfortunately, the picture I had to share with everybody for some reason is not loading. The AIDS crisis, it literally just had them protesting with those signs.
Oh, okay.
The AIDS crisis exposed how marginalized communities often receive fewer resources, less urgency from state institutions and political powerful groups.
That's so diplomatic. Where are you getting this language? Less urgency. They fucked them. They fucked them.
Yes, they did.
Less urgency by federal institutions.
The military's war.
Seamus, what happened to Seamus?
I'm getting there. Come on. The military's war on gay service members continued. Right. So the Lavender scare was still a thing, and even though it was loud, right? During the 80s, thousands of service members were investigated. Thousands were discharged, actively searched for evidence of homosexuality. In 82, the department opted to a directive of 1332.113, which stated homosexuality is incompatible with military service.
Incompatible?
Yes. The policy treated gay identified itself as gay identities as grounds for exclusion. Military investigators sometimes monitored private relationships, interviewed acquaintance, examined personal correspondence. These investigations diverted resources from actual defense concerns while violating the basic civil rights of others.
Waste of their time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So State Department continued their practice as well. Many diplomats feared that disclosure of sexual orientation could end their careers. Security clearance reviews frequently
Wait,
scrutinize
wait,
personal
these
relationship.
are gay people who are openly gay working for the State Department or closeted
Yes.
gay?
Well, both.
Okay, okay, cool. Carry on.
Okay. Security clearance frequently scrutinize personal relationships and conduct. The experience
Oh,
of early activists such as Frank Kameny remained highly relevant for those that don't remember from our previous episode. Kameny was fired from federal employment in 57 because he was gay and spent decades fighting discrimination. By the 80s, his warnings had proven correctly. Formal purges had diminished, but underlying assumptions remained.
yeah.
The U.S. Naval Academy. Joe Stephan was a top student. He commanded one of the Academy's 6 battalions of midshipmen and was twice chosen to sing the Star Spangled Banner before the Army-Navy game. He had mistakenly told 2 friends that he was gay. When Stephan admitted to Naval Academy officer that he was gay, his performance rating was knocked from an A to an F.
Well, he didn't mistakenly tell 2 friends. He correctly told 2 friends he was gay.
Right. They probably mistrusted them, right? They would
Yeah.
keep it, yeah. So less than 2 months before he was expected to graduate on May 1987, he was forced to resign. Quote,
Oh,
the day I was discharged, I was the same person I was the day they promoted me to battalion commander. There was no change who I was, only how they perceived me. The Air Force awarded Leonard Matlovich a Purple Heart for valor in Vietnam. We are really asking for the government to publicly admit that sexual orientation has nothing to do with ability. Then it was discovered he was gay. Before he eventually died of AIDS in 1988, he wrote in his epitaph, "When I was in the military, they gave me a medal for killing 2 men. I was discharged for loving one."
I have seen that somewhere before.
Yeah, me too.
Where did I see it on etched onto a gravestone somewhere?
Probably.
That's a great line.
It is. It's so unfortunate, but it is
I
great.
have a fucking purple heart.
Yep.
And you're going to treat me like this because I like guys.
Yep.
What a waste of everyone's time.
Yep. Frank Bottino was born in 1945 near Syracuse, New York. He graduated from Colgate University, in 67 with a degree in history. He pursued that interest over the next few years, teaching American history in high school, coaching football, basketball. In 69, he's a member of the generation that fell in love with JFK. In his inaugural address, that can't be right because it's not 69. He was already dead. JFK was in the ground. Anyways, yeah.
Part of the generation that.
Sure. Yeah, okay. But anyways, he wanted to find a better way to serve his country, so he decided to become a member of the FBI.
Okay, let's say this. Let's say he was part of the generation that loved JFK in 1969. That makes sense, right?
Right. With the civil rights movement raging on all around him, he said that he felt honored to get the opportunity to enforce law while preserving people's rights. Mm-hmm. I don't buy that, but whatever.
Maybe he should have paid more attention to his history degree.
Exactly. I love teaching, but as opposed to teaching and observing history, I wanted to be involved in it. Well, yeah, you could be fucking involved in it.
I mean,
Yeah. Frank relished his near career thriving in the often intense life of a field agent. He was 24 and he joined the Bureau. 2 years later, he knew that he was gay. So, which is kind of, some of us find out a little bit later in life, right? To preserve his job, Frank said he began leading a very discreet life to conceal his identity from his supervisors and his coworkers. As in his boss's biggest fear in 1962 was women becoming agents. Now they felt threatened by gays. It was understood that if the Bureau found out, you would be fired.
Somebody once said to me once, we were talking about gay rights and so on in Ireland, and somebody said to me, like, because they were looking into gay culture, and they said, how come gay culture is full of all this weird shit, like kind of secret backroom shit? I was like, do you really want to know why? Because the entire fucking machinery of being gay is secret background shit for decades. It's like legacy shit with them. Can you blame them?
No, not at all.
There we go.
That's Frank.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, he's not in his 20s in that picture, but
Yeah. He looks
he
like he's
worked.
hosting a game show.
Yeah, really, right?
Hmm.
Alex Trebek's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he worked in criminal and foreign intelligence, specializing in terrorism, organized crime, espionage, and Chinese affairs.
Okay.
In
All good crap.
'89, he was one of 3 agents in charge of the investigation of the bombing of a van owned by Naval Captain Will Rogers III. In July of '89, the Bureau rewarded Bettino for 20 years of work against, for all his good deeds, party and a raise. FBI Director William Sessions, who I'm sure will be a returning champion at some point,
Sounds like it.
wrote Frank thanking him for his outstanding services. 21 years, he received commendations and several cash bonuses.
Nice.
Frank carefully concealed his private life. Concealed his private life, crumbling when it revealed in a letter to his San Diego supervisors in July of '88. The letter was initialed, and the FBI has interviewed the author but refuses to show Frank, the letter. Quote, I was outed, forced out of the closet. I don't know who, and I don't know why, but I would never do that to anyone. During the next 2 years, Frank said he repeatedly was interrogated by internal FBI investigators in Washington who pressured him for graphic details of his sex life.
Okay.
The names, 19, we're like 89, probably
That's
88, 89. Yeah.
That's very late for that kind of thing, isn't it?
Yep. The names of other gays within and outside the Bureau. I mean, sounds like they want to go cruising, if you ask me. He said the investigators refused to believe.
I think I know everybody gay. Is that it?
yeah. Hey, I know a gay guy named, Joey. He lives in Detroit. You probably know him, right?
Can you get me Liberace's autograph?
Yeah. He refused to believe that his sexual conduct, but not compromise his ability to do his job. Possibility of blackmail was ridiculous to him. Quote, blackmail is a function of character, and I would never submit to it. I refuse to give to them the names of anyone else who is gay. I don't know, but I have never heard that many gay agents or support people. I have been fired or resigned as a note of irrelevant now because I acknowledge that I'm gay. So how can I be blackmailed?
Bettino,
right?
Bettino.
During the internal investigation, Frank said that he continued to be promoted, assigned to cases by his supervisors. Frank also said that the FBI conducted an inadequate internal investigation by his standards because they failed to interview his coworkers, supervisors, neighbors, friends, relatives. Said his colleagues at the office supported him. All they did was interrogate me and give me polygraphs. I encouraged them to talk to everybody. The FBI decided to revoke Frank's security clearance because, quote, Frank placed himself in a position that may have subjected to him being coerced or pressured. Since he lost his security clearance, he was he was terminated by the FBI. The FBI said that they didn't fire him because he was gay, but because he lost his security clearance. But he lost his security clearance because he was gay.
Because he put himself in a position to be put under pressure. Well, why don't you put yourself put you under pressure, huh?
Yeah.
I think he wasn't happy with that.
Though, again, they feared that he would be subject to blackmail if he did not reveal names.
In his response to the FBI investigation, he implied that all the people close to him already knew he was gay.
Right. FBI Director Sessions argued that homosexual conduct raises serious policy considerations. Quote, preservation of the national security and public trust are areas where we cannot compromise.
In 1989.
Yep. Frank Camney, of course, just mentioned him a minute ago, the activist. In the whole 50 years of our security clearance program, there has never been a single American case of espionage involving gay-related blackmail, not one.
Well, if it's never happened, then clearly it's a risk.
Yeah. Soon after his dismissal, Frank tried to negotiate through his attorney to get his job back, but the feds said no. So he filed a suit against the FBI Department of Justice. The case evolved into a class action on behalf of gay employees, gay FBI applicants, and individuals denied employment. More than losing $70,000 a year, which, by the way, is $178,000 in today's
Well,
money. That's a lot of fucking
that's
money.
back when that was a lot of money.
That's a lot of money now. That's
Yeah.
yeah. Annual salary and pension. Frank seemed particularly angered that he perceived as a stereotype of the FBI headquarters that gays are weak.
Yeah.
They're building on the myth that gays are an open blackmail, and we are weak and easily coerced. But I won't be intimidated. I won't back down. We're going to expose them as being liars. It's just so frustrating. Those people don't know my character. That is what I have done. Challenge my trustworthiness and my character.
Like, fair enough, right, with this guy. But it's not just about his character. With this guy's a really good at his job guy.
Mm-hmm.
We're losing a really good agent as well, on top of everything else, you know?
Yep. I mean, obviously, we've said enough about the FBI and the agents, but, this guy wants to do his job, so you think to be happy.
Yeah. And apparently he's good at it, because you said he kept on getting promotions and...
Yeah, even after they accused him of all this stuff, so...
Yeah.
His lawyer, Richard Geyer... It's his real name. That's his real name. Sorry. Yeah. Who specialized in gay rights cases. I mean, I think you had to, Rich. Actually, wow, it's Dick Geyer.
Yeah.
Dick Geyer. Wow. Okay. Sorry.
Penis homosexual is his name.
Okay.
No, penis homosexual is a lawyer.
Get on you. Get on you, Richard. Yeah. It's considering making this, well, already said it was class action lawsuit. Institutions, discrimination against homosexuals. This whole thing smacks of McCarthy era and irrational homophobia.
It does.
Exactly. Yep. The FBI's traditional policy of firing homosexuals within its ranks has resulted in a few lawsuits, including 1979, a suit against the fired clerk. But Frank is the first agent to sue the Bureau to regain his job. The FBI has long been accused of discrimination against minors, women, and gays. Within the past 2 years leading up to this, the Bureau had...
FBI, you'd have to go to federal court, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah.
Yep, they reached out of court settlements with a group of Hispanic agents and 2 black agents who alleged that they were systematically discriminated against.
Okay.
FBI Director William S. Sessions, so I just mentioned him a little bit ago.
Oh, that's Sessions.
Yep, in 1988 ordered sweeping changes into agency's personal practices. After just saying all that shit, he's gonna, right? The 3-paragraph section of the FBI's personal policy, updated in June, which is, again, after all this, says the Bureau does not discriminate on the basis of sexual orientation, but that all information is considered in evaluating applicants and employees.
Is it?
However, quote, homosexual conduct, as opposed to simple sexual orientation, is considered a significant factor in personal decisions.
Okay,
so
wait now.
FBI spokesman Nestor, well, it doesn't matter, whatever his last name is.
This is Roman Catholic position on gayness, right? You can be all the gay you want, as long as you don't do gay stuff.
Right. So Barry, if you're an agent and I'm an agent, and you want to suck my dick, and I would like you to suck my dick, right? But it's okay because, we can have these thoughts, Barry. It's perfectly natural, perfectly fine. But if I allow you to do it, we're both fired.
And I have those thoughts regularly, Chips. Oh, yes, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, we're not actual agents, Barry. Just saying. Anyways,
we can still do the thing where we pretend to be agents.
It actually kind of make it hotter, wouldn't it?
You're on the
The Bureau seeks a balance of personal individual rights and the Bureau's concerns not to have homosexual conduct adversely affect his or her ability to perform their job according to the policy.
What are they talking about, Dennis? What the
exactly?
What is it?
Frank's attorney Geyer again. Well, of course they're going to say that, but the longstanding policy is to not employ gays. This is well known. They will not say it point blank, but that is what comes out in court.
Yeah.
Frank, do you see the problem? Homosexual orientation, all right, but because they consider that every person will act on their sexual preferences, they automatically become sexual conduct, which is unacceptable and unconstitutional.
Imagine saying that to me, saying, "Oh, you're allowed to like women if you want, but don't make a move in any of them."
Yeah,
can't live like that. Nobody can live like that.
Exactly. That's the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
February 1992, Judge Armstrong ruled that Petito's case, quote, presented ample evidence from which a reasonable jury could infer the existence of anti-gay bias within the FBI generally and effect of such biases on the investigation into and decision regarding Petito's continued fitness for a security clearance. FBI officials acknowledged that they investigated the possibility that Petito was a security risk after learning that he was gay. Quote, one reasonable inference is that the FBI would not have considered information that a highly commended 20-year special agent engaged in heterosexual activity grounds for undertaking an investigation into his continued fitness for security clearance.
But I'm sure there have been cases where heterosexual activity has led to security breaches in the FBI and the CIA. We probably know of some we think of just from our episodes.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. December 11th, 1993, reversing a long-standing... This is from LA Times. I used LA Times, Tampa Bay Times, Newsweek, believe it or not. And excerpts from a book, which we're going to mention here in a minute. And December 11th, 1993, reversing a long-standing policy that effectively barred openly gay men and lesbians in its ranks, the FBI pledged not to discriminate against applicants and employees on the basis of their sexual orientation or conduct.
Hey.
Which you'd think that they already kind of said that they didn't do that, but hey, now we're really saying we don't. Hey. The change of policy was announced as a part of an agreement to settle a class action lawsuit brought by former FBI agent Frank Petito. The FBI decided to stop discrimination against the LGBT applicants in December 1993. They settled Petito's lawsuit in 1994. Petito received $150,000 in compensation plus his pension. Didn't get his job back, but he's going to get the money, right? But not admitting wrongdoing, the FBI agreed to adopting the guidelines barring discrimination against homosexuals to hire a lesbian applicant who had been rejected for a job in 1987, alleged because of her sexual orientation. Spokesman Joe Kravitsky stated that the Justice Department is satisfied with the proposed settlement and finds it consistent with Attorney Janet Reno's directive, because she kind of pushed a lot of this, so good on her. There's plenty of bad to say about her and Sessions. Petito initially had sought for reinstatement, but instead he said it was time for him to move on to a new chapter in his life. So Frank wrote a book.
Oh, it's spelled what?
A special agent.
And his lawyer is penis homosexual? And he's Frank what?
Yeah, can make this up. So he wrote a book, and it was pretty successful. So as for Frank's story, went well. And
did you use that book as part of this?
I was able to get some excerpts. I did not buy the book to read.
I imagine it's quite a good book.
Yeah.
Gay and inside the FBI.
So now, fast forward into the future.
Hey.
David Maltinsky joined the FBI in 2009. He worked at the FBI's Los Angeles field office. He reserved an intelligence specialist supporting investigation involving cybercrime and public corruption. He worked for approximately 16 years within the bureau. He received bureau, not borough. He received multiple commendations, including recognition connected to the diversity and inclusion efforts. And in the fall of 2025, Maltinsky attended a special agent training at the Quantico Academy. After being selected for advancement in the agent ranks. But on October 1st, Maltinsky received a letter from returning champion Kash Patel.
Kash Patel.
Yep, you are being summarily dismissed.
No.
The letter further stated that Maltinsky had exercised poor judgment with an inappropriate display of political signage.
No, wait, political what?
Political signage while working in the FBI's LA office.
Like an actual
the only such signage in his office Maltese claims was a progressive pride flag, which had been flown in the office on 2021.
The
The
rainbow
flag
thing.
was, yep, the flag was given to him by his supervisors in recognition of his past work with the Bureau Equity Committee,
Okay.
for which he received several internal awards. And according to, yeah, Miltinsky was then allegedly asked to sign a statement, which is the same letter, falsely acknowledging that he resigned, which he refused. Excuse me.
I would too.
Miltinsky, I believe I was fired as a proud gay man.
Oh, he's gay himself.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just. They said they got rid of him because he had a gay pride flag. A pride flag.
Yep.
But like, what? Is this his
Yep.
desk at the FBI? It's not like he's showing other people
Right.
outside. Oh,
No.
all right.
Yep. In September, Trump, who had banned pride flags from flying on military bases in his first term, said that he, quote, have no problem banning pride flags more broadly as a symbol of terrorism,
What?
if not for the First Amendment, and comments he made to reporters in the Oval Office.
Terrorism? What's the terrorism angle?
He's threatened by gay flags, by
Yeah,
rainbows.
what's the terrorism angle? Like, what's the terrorism part?
He's a weak bitch. I don't know.
Terrorism implies an act of violence.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I don't. I mean, you're asking for logic, and who are we talking about? So, Baltiski said that.
I just want to know why he said what his logic is. I know it's not going to make sense to me, regardless.
No, dude, you're asking for logic from the wrong person. You know what I mean? You're just not.
Yeah.
Man, sorry, my
Careful, you're all right.
headset broke, so I had to tape it together. As you see. Anyways,
No, that's intentional, and you're using it to keep an eye on their surroundings.
that's
Keep
it.
them
Yeah.
aware. Well done.
Baltiski said that he knew he was on a list from the early days of Trump's second term, as the personal files had already identified him as gay.
Oh
There
my
was
God.
fear after the administration came in that they were going to start looking at all of our personal files, where some of us did self-identify our sexual orientation.
What year was he fired?
This
Roughly.
was 2022.
Thank you.
So
Carry
just
on.
recently.
Yeah.
So this was a what's new. We did discuss this once before. So,
Okay. And
was
was
it
I
20,
horrified?
wait a minute. That's not right. No, 2025. So it's like a year ago.
Was I horrified when you said it then?
Yep.
Good. Consistency is important.
Yep. So where some of us self-identified our sexual orientation, some people did identify as trans. So there was fear early as on that Doge, which we all love Doge,
Oh, fuck me.
was going to collect this, and there were going to be curate a list to get rid of the undesirables. In short,
Well, I hope you're not keeping your list on a server anywhere, because if you're going to take all the trans people out, who do you think is maintaining all the servers?
right. This is from the suit, because if shocking surprise, he filed a lawsuit. In short, Patel fired Maltinsky for displaying a pride flag at his workstation that had been flown by the FBI at the LA office and then given by the FBI to Maltinsky. The suit accuses the administration of singling out the LGBTQ community, including gay men, for disfavorment treatment. Maltinsky's suit further alleges that under Patel's directorship, the FBI has specifically promoted right-wing expressionism of political speech.
Yes.
Per the suit, employees are still allowed to display "Don't Tread on Me" flag, a thin blue line icon depicting police solidarity, and the Punisher skull, which is the dumbest fucking thing because the Punisher kills cops, and we love him for that. Their symbols have been already been used by Patel himself on official FBI challenge coins.
But also, I mean, the fact that this guy is gay
Shouldn't matter.
Anybody can have a pride flag on their desk. That doesn't mean you're gay. I could have a pride flag on my desk.
Yeah.
What's happening to these people?
People are having meetings for weeks following, discussing how their treatment of dismissal can now come from within the workplace. There's definitely a concern in the federal government, especially the FBI, that the Lavender scare has been sparked.
It sounds like
So,
it.
that's it for part 3. We might do more going back to the 90s because there's some stuff that happened in the 90s.
That's
But
very up to date. You brought it very much up to date there. Well done, Seamus.
yeah, and
Well,
in the
too.
next segment, there's going to be a few things that goes back to this too. So
What
unfortunately,
next
or at
segment?
least this segment.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Jib. This is what's new. Every episode before we start recording, we myself and Seamus put the words FBI and CIA into Google, and we hit the news tab, and we pick 2 or 3 stories we think might be interesting or funny. And Seamus's ones are apparently today relevant to the theme. Is that true?
Yep.
Okay.
And to start that, we have to do this. Cash. Remember whenever I was worried that he was going to be fired after doing that? And the fucker's
Yes.
still here.
No,
Democracy.
we both
Yeah.
thought that was, yeah.
Yeah. Democracy Forward sues the FBI, DOJ for records related to Director Kash Patel. So they sent a Freedom of Information Act about conduct reports about Patel,
Yeah.
but they never got anything back. They've been refusing to hand them over, even though it's
What
legal
did
right for them to get them.
Is that not enforceable?
Oh, well, that's why they're going to sue them. So
Okay.
they should be able to just hand them over. Kash Patel purges become definite feature of his controversial tenure. That's more of an opinion piece.
Sometimes that's
By
what the
MS.
Jib is. Opinion pieces.
Yeah, on MS Now. In there, they list a lot of people that have been fired, including David Maltiski, we just spoke about. 12 there's 12 that are gone together. No, just 12 agents that have gone together for class action. Anybody that looked into Trump or looked into folks involving January 6th,
Disloyalty.
yeah, it's just all a bunch of bullshit, right?
Yeah. Disloyalty to the king.
Yep. So Kash Patel's FBI raided Ohio voting rights organization, and they went in to seize their records. Basically, this is a grassroots organization that tries to get people registered to vote.
Also un-American.
Yep, they're calling it straight up intimidation because that's
What
what
are you
the
calling
FBI's
it?
always done. That's what it
Calling
is.
it? Yeah.
Yep. This is less Kash Patelish, but still FBI. FBI agents in World Cup shirts harassing U.S. citizens at their homes over anti-ICE social media posts. So
What's the
people are
World
going,
Cup
huh?
What's the World Cup shirt got to do with it?
I don't. That's just what they show up wearing to kind of throw them off until they
Oh.
actually identify.
The
Yeah.
false flag thing.
Yep.
Okay.
You can. This is all over social media. These videos, you can Google it. I'm sure. I think this is the last one from Per Wired magazine, reviewing new leaked documents from the FBI and Homeland Security showing that the government is preparing for widespread anti-AI riots because they fucking should. As the technology destroys communities and industries across the country, ironically, the Trump administration is already using an invasive AI technology to identify and suppress what is called anti-AI extremists in a process sweeping the entire nation into a massive surveillance dragnet. So, yeah.
And I think it's going to be interesting because I feel like revolutionaries and counter-government forces could also use AI.
Yeah, true. But I understand that the smell of a burning data center smells like victory in the morning. So
It was like victory in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this data center burning.
Yep.
Is that your bits?
That's all I got.
Well, you know what that means. You're going to hear my bits.
Hey.
Listen to my bits. Okay, here we go. My first was from ABC News. I'll have to be honest, I cheated a little bit in that
Okay.
these are a little bit older than this week, but we're just going to roll with it anyway because we're grown-ups, right? On ABC News, the headline is FBI finds 303 gold bars in home of CIA employee who allegedly lied about his credentials. A former senior government officer is accused of stealing money from the government by lying about his academic credentials and military experience, according to a federal complaint. Did you send me that link?
I think so. I could be wrong, but I know I saw it.
Yeah, so that's a funny story rather than
Yeah.
not worrying at all. It's just very funny. Now, this is interesting from the Irish Times, my own paper of record. How a secret US plan to install Ahmadinejad as Iran's leader quickly fell apart. I was completely unaware of this, but according to this article in the Irish Times, the Americans, we discussed Ahmadinejad in Iran 3.
I think so, yeah.
Americans had a
Yep.
plan to put him to kind of shove Ahmadinejad in charge, even though he was a hardliner, because the Americans thought they could deal with him more than they could deal with the Ayatollah, right?
Yep.
And unfortunately, Ahmadinejad was injured in the first attack by the Israelis, and nothing was heard from him since. So he might be dead. So, all right.
Okay.
New York Times headline says U.S. and Mexican officials deny CIA had lethal role in Mexico operation.
Right. Sure they did.
Literally 40 minutes later on CNN, CIA escalates secret war on cartels in Mexico. And that is my that's a juxtaposition joke. And that is that are my headlines.
Fantastic.
That are our show, is it?
Yeah. I actually purposely try to cover this during Pride. It's Pride Month. We recorded this in Pride, and it's going to go on Pride.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Congratulations to all our gay friends.
I can't guarantee the next episode will be Pride related because I don't. Will it be?
Oh, yeah. I should probably mention openly that Seamus is writing all the episodes recently because I am out of the system because I'm not getting any sleep and I can't concentrate enough to write anything or even read anything. But eventually at some point I'll be back writing again. But until then, Seamus is taking the brunt of the work of this podcast. And by brunt, I mean 100% of it. So let us all salute him.
So our numbers will go down real quick. So
I don't think so. Well, your shows are the higher rating ones. If you look at history, if you rank them by views, it's yours are at the top.
I disagree, but anyways, it doesn't matter. But we'll be back in.
Iran from 1950 to 1975, James.
Well, the last one did real well.
I guess, yeah. People might have accidentally clicked on it if they were looking for Iran information.
Alrighty, folks.
Bill Maher one is still the greatest.
Yeah, which is crazy. We should probably do some more Bill Maher, but that's a whole discussion.
Watch through the numbers again, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be back in 2 weeks with. I have no clue, honestly. We'll see what it is.
Well, thank you for joining us. We will see you in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Bye,
Love
guys.
you all. Bye.